Good morning, Dorothy. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you, Sean.
Fabulous. So Dorothy is an agent in the Seattle area, and Dorothy Driver. She is with Windermere Real Estate Mount Baker Agency. And the reason I am asking her today to join us is to find out a little bit about the areas that she covers in the Seattle vicinity, and also what the market is doing out there, and any information we could get. We know that a lot of people from California are migrating, and I've had personally quite a few clients, especially if they're downsizing, or they're seeking tech jobs, that they've been moving out to other states. And so this is one of the episodes covering Seattle area. So Dorothy, tell me, what areas do you cover in the Seattle area?
Primarily, I work from the Central District south to Renton, which is a small town just outside of Seattle, between I-5 and the Lake Washington.
Okay, very good, very good. And tell me, what are the trends that you have been seeing in the past? I know that the prices have gone crazy up there. It's the multiple offer situations and things like that. But tell me, where do you think people are coming from? Just within your own, experience.
I think there's a lot, it shows that a lot of people are coming to Seattle from California is the biggest group. And then Texas actually is the next biggest group that's coming in.
Okay.
A lot of people from a couple of people that I've talked to that have come from California have come from Northern California, and they came right after the fires.
Okay.
So they actually, had a total loss themselves. And when they're coming here, both of them are trying to locate on the islands, because we have a lot of islands in Seattle that are easy to commit to into the city from.
Yeah.
And there's absolutely no inventory for them to buy. So one of them, it's Whidbey Island and Camano Island and Bainbridge Island, and they're all really short inventory. So that's what I've seen as far as people coming into the state.
Okay, and from Texas, that's interesting, because there are so many Californians that are moving to Texas. And it's interesting that people are also moving from Texas to either. You're the second one, because I know the agent, Michael from Denver, was saying the same thing, is that a lot of people from Texas are moving, it seems like, to those areas. Tell us a little bit of, if you could, in terms of a median price for a single family home, an average 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. And then if you have any information regarding townhomes and, any stats you can give us, that would be awesome.
Okay. The neighborhood that I work primarily in, that I talked about, we're seeing about a median price about $700,000.
Okay.
And that's up year over year by I'm going to say about 9%.
Cool. Okay. And what is that? What is a typical? What would it? A 700 would be what's a typical home?
I'm going to say, you're going to be somewhere around 1,800 to 2,000 square feet. And in the Seattle market, the inventory is quite diverse. And so it's kind of hard to give you a typical house, but I would say that would get you at least 3 bedrooms and 2 baths for the most part, depending on exactly where it's at. Okay. In the neighborhoods that I work in, you're probably going to see that, although in the little hot spots around town, like Columbia City or Mount Baker, it might not get you that much. It might get you more like 1,500 square feet.
Okay.
So it's every house is so different here. They're different ages. They're all mixed in. We don't really have that development feel. It's not a sprawl.
I got it.
It's very, we got the 50s mixed in with the 1900s, mixed in with the 2002s, and mixed in with the 2021s and all that. So, and
I know that a lot of the younger people are coming and almost, buying these old homes and renovating them and because I know that when my sister was selling her house, you know, in South Seattle, that was the case. And some of the homes were just absolutely gorgeous. And they were able to get better prices for the location they wanted, but then they were, you know, they renovated and things like that. So
Yeah, there is a lot of renovation.
yeah. Any brand new communities that you might know about that, you know, may be running a little bit less than that, or?
Saying that there are lots of communities towards, I'm going to say between a little neighborhood called Columbia City north to I-90, the I-90
Okay.
interchange.
Okay.
And they are, there's a lot of communities being built. They're primarily townhomes, not
Okay.
condominiums so much.
Yeah.
And you can do any, you know, 600 to 800 seems to be doable
Okay.
all day long there.
Yeah. Well, that's expensive for townhomes, right?
Yeah.
So
Wow.
definitely, yeah, the market is hot there. Tell me a little bit about property taxes there, if you could. I know that a lot of people are moving out of, you know, California for different tax reasons. And so tell me, what are the property taxes over there? Is it based on the community or county, or how does that work?
On a broad general base, I'd say you could plan on spending about 1% of the purchase price for property taxes.
Okay, so pretty comparable to California then, or at least our Orange County. And are there any additional taxes for the newer communities because they have to build schools and things like that? Are there any bonds, or we have Mellow Roots here, so there's additional taxes that it would be like 20-year bond, or do you guys have anything like that?
No, I don't think so. We have our sales tax is 10%, and that's on everything except food.
Okay.
And then we have a fairly high gas tax. Our gas tax is 49.5 cents per gallon. And then there's a like cents federal tax on top of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Already, tell me a little bit about the industry out there. Obviously there's Amazons and, you know, tell me, I know about Boeing and Amazon, but if there's any other, you know, major employers there. If
you know, there's a lot of tech here, so there's a lot of variety of tech, and then also medical. So we have a lot of biotech, and you know anything in the medical field, be it research or just mainstream medical.
Okay, very good. Let's see. How are things in terms of investment? So I'm trying to figure out if somebody buys, let's say, a townhome or a single family home, in terms of rents, have the rents gone up? Does it seem to be a good investment, and do they get good ROIs on their investment? If you have experienced it or you know much about that.
I think in the city of Seattle, inside the city limits, we're seeing a softening of rents right now.
Okay.
And we have some really stiff landlord-tenant ordinances that have been passed, and that was before COVID. So
yeah.
It's kind of, I think that it's kind of soft for landlords right now. And I actually have had clients last year that sold long-term rentals inside the city limits, and they both bought, they did 1031 exchanges.
Yes.
And reinvested in single family detached rental property outside the city limits.
Okay.
So one of them went to Tacoma, which is a town that's about 45 minutes south of Seattle, and the other one stayed within the broader Seattle area, just got outside the city limits. So yeah.
So what we're seeing here is the cities like Los Angeles, their rents are going down too. But one of the reasons is a lot of people now that they can work online and remotely, they're choosing to move to the suburbs. And so the rents in the suburbs are going up, but the city, you know what I mean, the urban areas, the rents are dropping, or they have totally flattened. So that is one of the things also that we have noticed here.
Yeah, there's some of that here, but you know, I concentrate myself, my business is more focused on home ownership rather than the rental market. But I keep an eye on the rental market because I have clients that have rental properties here.
Yes. Yeah.
But so we're seeing some of that. But what we're seeing is that seems like for every 2 families that are leaving Seattle, 3 are coming in. So
yeah,
it's still a push.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That sounds good. Anything else you want to share with us about, you know, your area, what you do? What are the, you know, just anything you want to share?
No, I'll just say that I can put a few stats in just to give you an idea of what the activity is like here.
That would be great.
And I would say that right now, 70% of the houses that are listed are selling within the first 15 days.
Oh, wow.
And they're getting 2 to 3% at least over market, but there are certain neighborhoods, you know, if you have a prime house in a prime location, I've seen them go from 12 to 23% above list price.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
No contingencies in the offer. So it's about as wild as I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
And I have a 41-year career here. So I've never seen inventory as tight as it is right now. Even I'd say our boom years were between 2015 and 2018. And even during those years, we had more inventory than we have right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a lot of pressure on prices.
Yeah.
Tough for buyers, really tough.
And it makes harder for the sellers to move because, you know, if they sell, where are they moving? I think that's one thing that we're hitting here too. There are sellers that, you know, want to maybe downsize and stay, you know, in this area, but they're like, okay, what am I going to buy? That's going to be anything to this, or even, you know, and not end up paying more. So it's a little bit of a catch-22 now. I'm finding that, and so you know, when people are not selling, then obviously inventory is so low, and the buyers are going crazy with the low interest rates. So absolutely, I think we're in California. They said the latest. In Southern California, Orange County especially, it's the lowest since 2004, which was recorded in terms of inventory. So I'm sure, I know that Seattle and those areas are like that too. So
yeah, it's really tight.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Dorothy. I really appreciate your time. And if anybody wants to get a hold of Dorothy, like she said, she has been doing this 41 years. She helped my sister. She was fabulous. I would love to share her information with you to, you know, to get in contact and pick her brain regarding that, you know, the Seattle area. And I will post this, and thank you again, Dorothy. Really appreciate it.
Oh, it was my pleasure. Thanks, Shauna.
Absolutely. Take care. Bye-bye.
Have a great day.